if I increase my speed, how much time will I save? So we've done some problems kind of similar to this before. Remember, this was all based off the idea that rate times time is distance, rate times time is distance. And since we're finding the time, we're going to solve for t. We're going to have to get rid of the multiplication. And to get rid of multiplication, we use the inverse operation. We divide. So we divide both sides by r. And we see that time is distance divided by rate. So Catherine needs to travel 122 miles at a rate of 59 miles per hour. So 122 is the distance. The distance goes up top. And then we'll divide by the rate. That is 59. And we're going to get this decimal. 122 divided by 59 is 2.06779.661 and onward. Now, this 2 is 2 hours. And this decimal is a fraction of an hour. So, what we need to do is turn that fraction into minutes. For example, if this was 2.5, if the decimal was 0.5, 0.5 of an hour would be 30 minutes. If it was 0.25, that'd be a quarter of an hour, it'd be 15 minutes. What we do is we multiply the decimal by 60. So take and subtract off the 2 and take 0.0677961 and multiply it by 60 minutes to see how many minutes that is. The easiest way to do that is take your calculator and subtract 2. That'll give you the decimal. Then hit times 60. And what we see here that this is, we're going to round to the nearest whole number because it's minutes. This is 4 minutes. So what we have here is 2 hours and 4 minutes. Now we'll do the same thing again for the next one. Now if she increases her speed to 69 miles per hour, we'll take 122 and we'll divide by 69. That gives us 1.768115942. And we know it's 1 hour. And we're going to take the decimal, so subtract 1 and just get the decimal part. Take the decimal part times 60. All right. We get 1 hour and take the decimal times 60. Round to the nearest minute, and it ends up being 46 minutes. Now, the question is, how much time did we save? Well, here's the problem. What we're going to do is subtract. 2 minus 1 is 1 hour. But the problem is right here. We can't take 4 minus 46. So what we need to do is borrow. So we'll take the 2 and we'll temporarily, not for our answer, but we'll temporarily make it a 1. And we'll add 60 minutes because we're borrowing an hour. And that will end up being 64 minutes. Now, 1 minus 1 will be 0. So there'll be 0 hours we're saving. And 64 minus 46 is 18. So by increasing our speed 10 miles per hour, we save 18 minutes during the whole trip. If this is confusing, we're going to do a few more examples, so keep watching. Rate times time is distance, so time is distance divided by rate. The distance is 225 miles, and the rate is 50 miles per hour. 225 divided by 50. Ooh, that came out nice. 4.5. So we'll take the decimal part and we'll multiply by 60. So this ends up being 4 hours and 30 minutes. 0.5 of an hour is 30 minutes. 0.5 times 60 is 30. So 4 hours and 30 minutes. For the next one, we're going to increase our speed by 4 miles per hour. So we'll take 225 and we'll divide by 54. 225 divided by 54 is 4.1, and the 6 keeps repeating. Now we're going to subtract off the 4. We'll take just the decimal and we'll multiply it by 60. And well, that came out nice. So this ends up being 4 hours and 10 minutes. So we're going to save 0 hours and 30 minus 10 and 20 minutes. We'll see if we can't get another example with borrowing. So rate times time is distance. Time is distance divided by rate. We'll take 207 and divide by 45. 207 divided by 45 is 4.6. We'll subtract off the 4 and take just the decimal part, 0.6 in this case, and multiply by 60. So this ends up being 4 hours and 36 minutes. For the next one, we're going to go 207 miles again, but we're going to increase our speed to 53 miles per hour. 207 divided by 53 is 3.905660377. Subtract off the 3, take the decimal part times 60. That ends up being 3 hours and 54 minutes. So I've got 4 hours and 36 minutes. That's what goes when we punch our answer. Remember, you don't change those. This will be 3 hours and 54 minutes. And now we're going to subtract the 2. Again, the problem is we can't take 36 and subtract 54. Don't change the 4 in your answer. That is the correct answer. But for our purposes, we're going to have to borrow that and turn it into a 3. And we'll borrow 60 minutes. We'll take 60 minutes over, add 60 minutes to 36, and that becomes 96 minutes. Now we're going to take 96 minus 54. 96 minus 54 is 42 minutes. And because we borrowed 3 minus 3, there's 0 hours. So we end up saving 42 minutes by increasing our speed from 45 miles per hour to 53 miles per hour. Final note, remember for our answers, even though we borrowed, don't change the 4, it's still 4 and 3, but you end up with 0 hours because you had to borrow 60 minutes to make the 36 and 96 to subtract from the 54. So 36, 54, and 42. These are our answers.